K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. And Erik Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
With the teardrop, and Ball with the lay-in.
And how clever is this guy? I mean, just no fear going with the soft, high-arcing floater.
Shot's good by Herro.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Billy Donovan and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And it's Wiggins missing. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Over to the wing. Back to White. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 3. Fires top of the key. It's hauled in by the Heat. Pass to Burks. Three-pointer. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
White up top. Buzelis with the ball. Outside Ball. White, good.
Well, as a guard like White, you need to score inside. Force teams to respect you everywhere.
There's Herro with the 3. Nailed from three-point land. 3 points. Herro's got 5 now.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
Now Herro. He's got 5. Here he goes. Pass to Jovic. And the Heat, another 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
It's White on the wing. Doesn't go that time. Wiggins with some nice D. And at this point, Tyler Herro's used to hearing his name in just about every trade rumor that comes along, Stan. I would assume that's got to be a little disconcerting for a player.
It probably is, Kevin, but give him a lot of credit. It never seems to bother him, at least in terms of affecting his play on the floor. He still puts up big numbers. He plays with great confidence. Tyler Herro's an outstanding offensive player.
Pass to Highsmith. Driving inside. Mitchell wide open. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Now here's Williams. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And here's Jones. Williams a screen. Shoots it. On the basket by Jones.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, Coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Adebayo. Collins with some nice D.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
on the wing. Pass to Dosunmu. The shake. Bucket is good.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
Yeah, a skilled player can work around the mismatch. He's used to dealing with larger guys.
Mitchell's shot is good.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
1 quarter in the books.
The Heat, 13.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
Giddey with it. Now defended by Mitchell. The kick out to Ball. And Ware pulls it down. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1. On the wing, Mitchell. Ware, good. Ware's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Heat. Well, Stan, as a former coach, I imagine it has to be hard for you to watch basketball as a fan.
Well, it is. It's very hard, almost impossible. I'm almost always watching from a coach's standpoint, an X and O standpoint. But I will say, even when I was standing on the sidelines, NBA players are so good that you have fan moments even while you're coaching.
It seems like every game we see something we've never seen before, right?
I can remember turning around to my assistants and saying, "Can you believe that?"
And it's the Bulls with the ball. After the Heat pick up 2. Back to White. On the wing, Giddey. Pass to Vucevic. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Mitchell with it. Here's Highsmith. From outside, off the mark. Chicago trailing here. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Coby White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, "I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I've just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am." Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. Now, here's Anderson. Still scoreless.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
And the foul on Alec Burks. That's his first foul.
Second team foul. Substitution.
Here's Collins. Pass to Herter. All alone. It's hauled in by the Heat. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. The shot, no good. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They trail by 1.
2 minutes remaining.
Back to Dosunmu.
2 minutes.
Shoots. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And it's Miami's ball. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And here's Anderson for 3. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Heat substitution. Kevin Love. Andrew Wiggins.
1:30 left in the first half. Jones in the post. No one near Herder as he lets it fly. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones.
Well, that's basically a warm-up three for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attack.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins.
Bam Adebayo. Jovic.
They can get back in front with some points right here.
Yeah, they got behind, but really hung in there and didn't let the score get out of hand.
Jones, no luck. The Heat with the lead. Burks on the wing. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Wiggins. Kicks it out to Hero. Here's Jovic. And a miss there on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
To the inside. Collins. Back to Dosunmu. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. From deep three-point territory. They get it back. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Outside, Hero. Over to the left wing. With 2 seconds left. Here's Jovic. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Heat lead by 1. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about
but
now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security.
Now here's Giddey. Lock at 6. And he uses the glass on the layup. Giddey's got 6. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Shots good by Hero.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
To the paint. Here's Vucevic. Outside, White. Turn around, Jay. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. White's got his second basket of the game.
Beautiful touch there. Give White these types of looks consistently, and he's going to make you pay.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Shots good by Hero. Hero's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And Stan, a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group, but it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Dosunmu. Another shot. Wiggins with some nice D. It's a close game here in Chicago. To the left side wing. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game
than what we saw early on.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. Now here's Jones, following the miss by Bam Adebayo. Off target from the baseline.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Here's Jones, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Pass to Williams. Back to Jones. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Shot on the wing. Williams' shot is off.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Adebayo. Good D by Williams. Chicago trailing here. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
Buzelis, no one around him. Good on the three-point shot. And the Bulls lead by 2.
Buzelis showing a little bit of everything with that quick release.
A nice shot by Anderson. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the third. Three-pointer. And it's White missing. Now Anderson. 7 points in the game. Pass to Ware. Anderson outside. With 1 on the clock. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth.
37. The Heat, 37.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Misses off the left iron. And here's White. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Anderson. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Anderson's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Heat.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
The Heat with the lead. And there is the whistle. That goes on Coby White.
Coby White.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Pass to Highsmith. Now Mitchell. He's covered by Ball. Here's Highsmith. And stolen by Giddey.
That's what we call intelligent defense. Just put himself in a position to make a play on that kick out.
A longer guard, 6'5" White, doing a nice job inside.
At the line for the Bulls.
Hey, Greg, Coby White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Cans it from downtown. Robinson's got the lead up to 4 now for Miami. On to White for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. White's got 4 points this quarter.
A smooth three-point shot from White, who just had to hit them right back.
Outside, Robinson takes a 3, and that one is off. To take the lead, outside White. Lets the 3 fly. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
They double him with Vucevic. Robinson missing again. So it's Chicago now. It's a 1-point game. And it's White missing. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. There's Hero with the 3. Rebounded by Vucevic.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pick by Vucevic. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Tyler Hero picks one up.
Look at that shot. Vucevic not afraid to carry the weight, so to speak, in a tough situation. The team knows they can rely on him. He's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Now here's Giddey. Back to ball. Shot clock at 5. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Miami trailing. Pass to Adebayo. Double team on Adebayo. Now Hero. Wiggins outside. Heat moving the ball around. 4 on the shot clock to end the cold streak. And that one drops for him. The Heroes got it all tied up now for the Heat.
And, you know, some guys shrink as the game tightens. Hero calls for the ball. Clutch.
Lets it go from deep. Outside, ball. Pass to Giddey. The Bulls need to get a shot off here.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Seconds left in the 4th quarter. A lot is on the line here.
Crowd is so focused.
Hero from long range. Knocks down the 3.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Pass to Buzelis. Back to Giddey. Burks with the double team. Outside White. And it's ball in the corner. Outside White. Buries the triple.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop.
GG! And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel